The Cleveland Cavaliers have been the most dominant team in the NBA over the last few weeks, and really, nobody knows how they are doing this. They lost Darius Garland and Evan Mobley, and then they started winning. It's just really weird. So in this video, I'm going to break down everything you need to know about the winning stretch of basketball the Cavs have been playing, breaking down game film, and talking about if this play is sustainable in the postseason, because ultimately, that is what really matters. Before I get into everything, I would really appreciate it if you would drop a like and subscribe. It only takes 5 seconds, plus you can always change your mind. We are on the road to 20k subscribers, and with your support, I believe we can get there super fast. Alright, so as I was saying, the Cavs have really taken off over the last few weeks without Evan Mobley and Darius Garland. And honestly, the reason for this to me is pretty simple. I love Evan Mobley, and I think he can develop into something special over the next few years, and it's not really even his fault. But when him and Jarrett Allen play next to each other, the spacing on the floor is so screwed. Like whenever it is just one of them out there, the offense is free flowing, but the paint really does get clogged up fast with both of them, and when they are on the court together and someone like Mitchell is having a bad shooting night, then the Cavs are gonna lose that game. And to me, the solution, I actually don't even know what should be done, because I feel like it's too early to give up and trade Mobley, even though he is pretty valuable on the market, and in the playoffs, we saw how bad it was with 2 non-shooters on the floor. Hopefully that can change though, and for now, I'm just gonna keep enjoying this stretch of basketball because it has been so fun to watch. Alright, now getting into some game film, I can't show much of the actual highlights, but I can definitely show glimpses and enough to get my point across. So starting off with this first play right here, Max Strus has the ball, and Allen sort of sets a fake screen to get through to defenders. Really, that wasn't a screen at all, but he just got in their way. And then Strus was able to swing the ball to LeVert, who then quickly got it to Mitchell in the corner, and Westbrook, who was his defender, was all out of sorts. And Mitchell was able to drive right in and dish it back out to Strus for a wide open 3, in which he of course knocked down. Just elite ball movement. Next up, here we have Evan Mobley in transition. This play isn't really anything that crazy, except for the fact that a 7-footer is sprinting with the ball down the court. Sorta reminds me of Giannis in some aspects. I know Evan has a very long way to go, but you get what I'm trying to say. And last year, he would never have this amount of space in transition. The Cavs finally have shooting, and that's the thing that I think is going to get them over the hump in the playoffs. Defenders can't just clog the paint near as much anymore. And as you can see here, Evan just sprints right through everyone and gets an easy dunk. Moving on to the more recent win over the Grizzlies, Darius Garland was of course back, and honestly, things haven't been that smooth. I'm not ready to just give up on the dude, but I don't think him and Mitchell on the floor together is the best thing for this team. But anyways, this play right here sums up what this team can be. Mitchell has the ball up top, the whole entire defense thinks he's about to go left around this little Jarrett Allen screen, so instead he puts on a move, goes right, and has easy access to the rim. And if the defense decides to help, and which it does, Garland is wide open in the corner. But Donovan just got inside so fast that he was able to take a reverse layup. But both were great options. And man, this offense is just so much more free-flowing than last year. It has been pretty fun to watch. I just hope that Evan Mobley can at least develop a mid-range game pretty soon because it is holding the team back. Next up, here we have Darius Garland with the ball, and man is he so fast. I've never complained once in my life about his ability on the offensive end besides playing sloppy. But yeah, he just blows by everyone to the rim, which forces help to come, so then he makes the smart play and throws it out to LeVert in the corner, who then swings it to Sam Merrill, who has been an absolute sniper all year, and his defender is off balance, so all he has to do is a quick little pump fake, and he creates enough space to let it fly, and he doesn't need much of it. I'm so glad the Cavs have this guy. He is what they were missing all of last season, and especially in the playoffs against the Knicks. And for the last play that I want to show you guys, this was really the biggest one of the whole game, made by Max Strus. So, Caris LeVert took a 3, missed, but out of nowhere, Strus poked the ball free and to himself, and he was able to dish it back off to LeVert, who had a wide open lane to the paint and an easy dunk to go up by 2 possessions. Overall, I just think the Cavs have a lot going for them right now, and it actually feels legit, because last season, they had a good record, but in the back of my mind, I really felt like they could struggle in the postseason, because they didn't have a free-flowing offense at all. There was just no outside shooting at all, and with 2 centers playing at the same time, everything was just so out of whack. And whenever Donovan Mitchell drove to the paint, he would get collapsed on, and there was nowhere to go with the ball. But now, with guys like Sam Merrill, George Niang, Max Strus, And even like a Okoro and Dean Wade now, it's a completely different story. Looking ahead at the Cavs schedule, there really aren't many games that I see them losing with how well they are playing right now. I know they haven't looked as good since Garland and Mobley returned, but it's still extra talent. Like, there's no way they actually got worse. But yeah, outside of the Sacramento Kings, they play a lot of below 500 teams, and they need to keep taking care of business because the number 2 seed is actually in reach. And man, that would be so huge to be able to face a play-in team, because I just feel like the Cavs need to get out of the first round just to get it off their back. And then from there, anything can happen. And the last thing this team wants is to face the Knicks again. They just aren't a good team to face matchup wise with how weak the bigs kind of are sometimes in the grand scheme of things. Alright, now I want to talk about trades since the deadline is quickly approaching. So just a few weeks ago, I would have said we absolutely need to make some sort of trade, but now I'm not so sure. It obviously would help if they could go steal a scorer from a team like the Hawks or Pistons, but contract-wise, they would have to trade someone like Isaac Okoro to make that happen, and Kobe Altman obviously wouldn't do that. I think they will ride out the season with what they got, just like last year. And if you think about it on a psychological level, getting Mobley and Garland back was almost like making a trade without giving anything up, because they had been out months, and the Cavs are a very deep team this year. They really don't need anything except for continuing to build chemistry with one another. And speaking of Isaac Okoro a little bit more, man has he been something to watch over the last few weeks. It just felt like once he figured out how to shoot the 3 ball at an average rate, he was going to be a very solid player in this league, and it's finally starting to happen. He came onto this team known for defense, and he truly might be the best on-ball defender in the NBA, but it's the offense that is finally starting to come around. And I know he is one of the hardest working guys on the team, so he deserves this. And having him come off the bench with a guy like LeVert is a luxury that most teams don't have, and he's been a big part of the Cavs' recent winning streak. That's really all I have to say for this video. The Cavs have been absolutely red hot over the last few weeks, and it's been fun to watch. People have said it's because they were facing bad teams, but then they split a series on the road with the Bucks and then took care of business against the Clippers, who just got the number 1 spot in the power rankings. Let me know in the comments below if you think the Cavs should make any moves before the deadline, and also if you think they are near contender status. And since it's already getting to that crucial point in the NBA season, there is just so much to talk about right now across the league. So let me know what you would like to see next. And until then, I will see you all later.